been down there on the pitch when Robbie Fowler said goodbye and Jamie Carragher said goodbye and felt their emotion?
I was more emotional than them. You know, I grew up watching Robbie. Robbie was a hero of mine, and Jamie was a bit different because, you know, when I went full time, Jamie was a young pro, so I watched him make his debut and I seen him develop and become really, really good friends with Jamie. But you know, on their final days, it was emotional for everyone as a fan, but also as the teammates as well. I think Saturday will be the worst day because it's the last home game. Stoke will be emotional because it's the last game, but in front of my own people here, it's going to be a tough one to take.
I'm sure it's going to be an emotional day, not just for you, but for your family as well.
You know, they've followed me all over Europe, all over the world, watching me play. They've been with me both on and off the pitch, so I think that's when the emotions will kick in, when I realise it's going to be the last time I'm going to play for Liverpool in front of them. But as you say, I've got that connection with the whole stadium and also the fans afar as well. So when you represent them the last time at the stadium, it's going to be tough, but hopefully I keep it together. You know, I don't want to be breaking down and making sure myself.
Do you think you will?
I don't know. I'm sure I'll have a lump in my throat. You know, I've already started getting a little bit emotional, packing bags and stuff to move on, and I'm thinking about it a lot because it is, you know, it's here. When I made the announcements in January, I was almost dreading this point.
Has it almost caught you by surprise how quickly it's come around?
That goes for every single season. You know, there's been 17 of them now, and I can remember going back from when I was 8 years of age, getting on the bus to go down to the academy and train, and where the journey began. So your whole career just flies by, and my advice to any other footballer is just enjoy every moment, whether it's a high or a low. Just get on with it and keep trying to enjoy it. I'm
sure when you do finish and you sit back, it's that pinch yourself, isn't it? It's to actually realise everything that's happened here over the period of time.
You don't really get much time to reflect on what you've achieved, what you've done, but going away to America and coming away from the city for a couple of years gives me that chance to look back, and I've had some incredible highs at this football club, highs that I never thought I'd ever get near. I've had some really bad, cruel lows as well, but it's part and parcel of being a footballer. That's what it's all about. Not
too many players are able to get an FA Cup final named after them. Stanley Matthews, Steven Gerrard, blah blah blah. But is Istanbul always the high point when you look back, if you've got to pick one?
Istanbul is the pinnacle for me, and you know, winning the Champions League as a player domestically is the pinnacle for everyone. So that's certainly the highlight of my career. But I think performance-wise, over the 90 minutes and extra time, certainly the FA Cup final was when I peaked, definitely.
But is that itch still there? The fact that you couldn't help this team win the league championship, is that the one thing that you take away and think, if I could do one thing, it would have been that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the type of person that'll focus on regrets or what ifs and stuff. I'll move on pretty quickly, but it's certainly a hole. It's something that I'm really unhappy that I never got, especially after coming so close last year. I finished second once or twice before, but not as close as last year. So that's still painful, and it will be for a long time. But I can't change it now. Unfortunately, I never got the chance to add the league to all the other medals, so that's disappointing. But as I say, going back to when I was a kid, if someone had said to me, this is going to happen to you, you're going to play that many games, you're going to win them trophies, and you're going to have them memories, I'd have grabbed it with both hands.
What was it that made you think it's time to uproot, go to the States, and have the second chapter there?
Well, I think the most important thing is I didn't want to compete against Liverpool, so that ruled out the couple of English teams that were interested. I wanted to come away from Liverpool, live in a nice area, take the children away, be a better dad around them, give them more time, because it's difficult when you're travelling a lot, when you're playing. The league's growing over there, it's still a decent level. I want to start, I want to enjoy it, and also from the family side of it, so LA ticked all the boxes for it.
Do you still see in your future another Steven Gerrard Liverpool chapter that's yet to be written?
I think at the moment, I'm not sure on that. I think the important thing when you're at a club